Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining us for a huge Chiliad Mystery episode. We're actually going to do this one live. Thank you guys for joining up. I'm RJ. We do have Danny joining up for this episode as well. What's going on, Music Video?
Not much, Trippy. Thank you so much for having me. This is going to be an awesome video. Can't wait to get into it.
Now, Danny just put out a video that I was really looking forward to. He's actually telling me a lot about it off camera as he was doing research and setting it up. And it turned out to be a 54-minute video. We recommend you check it out, Danny, or people. But Danny, it's definitely a long one. Ton of info in there, and I thought we have a real revelation where you pretty much uncovered this hidden tunnel system, and this is from the real-world version of Los Angeles. And it's crazy how they actually incorporated it into the game. We've been talking a lot about hidden tunnels possibly being in GTA 5 for a while. Now, at this point, I think we know that it looks like they're physically not there, but the fact that there's so many references, possibly the Chiliad Mystery mural itself being a reference to underground tunnels, and sure enough, where the entrance to the tunnels lies in Los Angeles, are fully depicted here in GTA 5. I wanted to start off here at this park. Danny, what can you tell us about, obviously, the park here and the entrance to the tunnels found here?
Okay, well, the tunnels go directly underground in this same area. Rockstar, when they went to make this game, they did a lot of research. They really got their information, and reading about it, it kind of blew my mind. I didn't realize how much they actually put into it when they made this game. Took thousands and thousands of pictures and video clips all around the city. So that's why a lot of these locations you might recognize from real life look very similar. Now, in real life, we have these underground tunnels, and one of them ends up to go right here, and I believe in real life this is called Pershing Square. And it just so happens that in the game, as you can see, you're walking underground in this ramp, okay, and you're heading towards something that I think is almost a no-brainer when wondering if there's something hidden in the area. And as you can see, there's like a little keypad and a sign that's very interesting.
Yeah, man, when he first told me about this, it's crazy because I of course know this park. We've all seen it tons of times while playing the game. It's even where you can find these missions where you supposedly support marijuana legalization, and you get into some pretty trippy stuff for sure. Well, I wasn't sure what he was talking about at first. I was like, of course I know the park, but I'm not thinking where the hidden underground tunnels would be. Well, sure enough, you come to this area, you can see the road goes right underground. It leads to what looks to be a perfect entrance to an underground tunnel or some kind of, tunnel way, and it says restricted entry. It's very possible that this could have been something that was intended to be in the game because there's a lot of history behind these underground tunnels. They go way back. You have basically prohibition, ways of getting around all of that. You have politicians doing underhanded schemes, all kinds of stuff incorporated with these underground tunnels. And it's pretty cool how Rockstar was pretty true to the city here and obviously put the entrance legitimately right here. Now, is this the main entrance of these tunnels, Danny?
No, this isn't the main entrance. This is just one of the ways the tunnels go. They go, and they actually lead to a couple different spots in real life, and from what we can see from clues like this in the game. The actual entrance in real life, if you look on Google, it'll tell you to go over to the Hall of Records. And even in real life, okay, it says that the elevator to go underground at the entrance at the Hall of Records is very easily missed. So in real life, it's hard to find the entrance. So it's just, more of a coincidence, I guess, that in the game, it's going to be hard to find it. And that's directly next to the Sinner's Passage mural, the one that I've been tying lately to the Chiliad mural. So that's very interesting as well. These underground tunnels, Trippy, they go all over the place. In real life, they go to City Hall. They go to this park right here. So they do branch out, and it just so happens that City Hall in this game is where we start the murder mystery. The only other other mystery that we have in GTA 5, it just so happens that it's connected to these underground tunnels in real life.
Yeah, that and I always felt like the Epsilon was kind of a mystery itself. But yeah, you're exactly right about that. We have some huge revelations to get to in this live stream and episode. Really appreciate you guys joining up. Shout out to Trippy Medium Space, Zeal Camino. We even have our good friend Fearless Force joining up. So thank you guys so much. Shout out to Fearless. Make sure to check him out as well, as we need to get his take on some of the stuff we're going to be covering here in this episode. You can come over to this very popular mural. In fact, I'll show off one bit of a new discovery for you guys here. In the mural itself, this is obviously going to lead us once again to the tunnels and another entrance that Danny will tell us about. But in this mural, if you look behind the mural, behind the, you have the arms and the hands and whatever the hell these squiggly things are, you do have what seems to be maybe a system of tunnels depicted behind it. It looks like another mural, kind of similar to the Chiliad Mystery mural. But if you look right here where I'm pointing at, you can see there looks to be a hidden owl. I think that is a hidden owl. I know it might even look like maybe even a demonic figure or something, but I'm certainly seeing a hidden owl within this mural, which already has other Illuminati symbolism. What do you think, Danny? Do you think that is a hidden owl right here at the, what you call the Sinner's Passage mural?
Yeah, I didn't ever notice this before. Off camera, when we were looking at it and you found this, it kind of blew me away, because looking at it, it does. I really do see an owl there. And we know that Rockstar does different stuff with duality. They'll have one thing and it'll mean two different things, or even more. So I do think that could definitely be an owl, maybe something else. But we do have Two Hoots Falls. That's a mysterious location. Mm-hmm. So it very well possibly could be an owl. I'm liking the idea of that. It looks like one, and I think that's a great discovery that you made, man. Good job.
Yeah, I definitely think it's an owl, man. Once again, you have the eye, you have other Illuminati symbolism right here at the mural, so an owl fits in there perfectly. So I really feel like this is another sign towards the tunnels. It's pretty cool how Danny, he's about to show us the entrance nearby. And not too long ago, we were able to see those murals because of the higher definition in the game with the newest versions. So it's crazy how not only do you have all these hidden messages, but even behind everything you can see, there's kind of a labyrinth, a maze that goes throughout it. And, we'll put a link in the description to some higher definition videos, because it's pretty crazy to look at it and wonder what they're trying to point out. Well, I really feel like it is pointing out the underground tunnel system depicted here by, I guess, the Chiliad Mystery and other mysteries within Grand Theft Auto 5. So what's going on here, Danny? I always thought this wall kind of stood out.
Well, what's pretty crazy is that what I mentioned in my video that I made is that Rockstar always seems to mold their games after real life. They want to do the best that they can to make it a real experience. They want us to see people walking around. They want real reactions from NPCs in the game. They just try to make the game realistic and as much as like real life. Now, if they were going to make a mystery and put it in their game, why would they change their pattern up? You don't just change how you do things halfway through, or they're going to make their mystery, in my opinion, real too, and base it off of real life also. And when you look at real life, not only is there underground tunnels in this location, but the underground tunnels were so used for unlawful things. They were used for like alcohol smuggling and stuff, and there was a government that was behind it, like the mayor and the police. They were all in on it, doing the wrong thing. And underground, these tunnels were explained by murals. They used murals to show and tell the people all about this information. Okay, so that's crazy that the game uses murals to show us a mystery and stuff, and that it just so happens that the game's government, like the FIB and the IAA, are both basically fraudulent. They go the back routes. They don't do things the right way all the time, especially when we see the game's different cinematics when we play the storyline. And if you go to that mural that we were just hovering over where we've seen the owl, if you press start, it's in line directly with the other mural. So I do believe that both of those murals are connected. I think that they might be both, two sides of the same coin, if you will. I think that maybe the one is more of a literal picture showing tunnels, and maybe the other one's kind of like telling us what to do in a sense. So a lot to think about, but a lot of information I do feel is relevant to say.
Yeah, I feel like that's huge revelation number 2. There's a couple things. Once again, not only do you have the mural here right next to the entrance to the underground tunnels, which we'll show off here in a second, but you have, as Danny said, directly in the same line, I'm right next to it, so I'm a little bit off, but if you go up directly, this mural just so happens to line up perfectly with the Chiliad Mystery mural, right on the dot. Once again, I'm not perfectly lined up, but it'll pretty much take you, if you go straight down, to the exact location of, I guess the Illuminati mural, the Sinner's Passage mural. Pretty crazy how those things happen to align. And then another really shady thing right here, Danny, is next door to it, you even have the water tower with the ominous green glow. Not even sure why this thing has some sort of weird glow, but it does. And I feel like there's a reason why that's the location. But I know you said in your live stream, or not in your live stream, your video, that this wall here, is this the main entrance to the underground tunnels in Los Angeles?
Yeah, in Los Angeles, it's called the Hall of Records, and it looks kind of just like that same kind of wall. It has that same like upside down U shape to it, and right there is supposed to be an elevator that you could take and go directly underground. And on the wall across from you, right there, right next to it, it says on the same side as the movie theater, it says Vinewood Records. So I don't know if that's their way of saying Hall of Records, is like their little parody of real life, but it just so happens that that's the same place that we enter in real life, and this is all in the same area of all this crazy stuff and all these relevant and significant things. So it's definitely making a lot more sense now that I see what Rockstar's doing, and to see all these images and pictures and just strange, anomalies happening in this same area. Crazy. It's absolute craziness.
Yeah, I really like how they have the same exact wall. You were reading the description, and you said how it's commonly overlooked. People don't realize that it is the entrance to an underground tunnel system. And this is going back, once again, way back in the day, where they had to do some crazy undercover stuff. And sure enough, it is depicted perfectly here in the game. I'm guessing that this must be the entrance. Of course, it does not open. It really doesn't look too special. But that would be the entrance to the underground tunnel system. And as Danny said, it's known as the Hall of Records. And right here, kind of confirming, really. I mean, it says the Vinewood Records right there. And it is a very creepy-looking building as well. What did you say this was? Taurus heads or something, man? It looks pretty devilish.
Oh yeah, like if you look up at the faces up there, I think they look like bisons, like a buffalo or like a bison's head, and it's just kind of crazy that recently I was playing the game over again, and in the prologue, when you are leaving the bank, you go to the cop car. You go past the cop cars to jump into your getaway car. And if you look at the cop cars, the door of the cop cars has a seal on it, just like we have the seal of Los Santos. That's the seal of, like, North Yankton. And the seal of North Yankton has a bison's head on the seal. That's basically what the whole seal is. It's just like one big bison's head. So the fact that they have a bison's, like, heads here on this movie theater makes me wonder, is there some kind of connection maybe to North Yankton? I know there's a spider web found there. Maybe there is a secret tunnel or something out in North Yankton that we passed by. We have Bury the Hatchet. I know we go back to North Yankton in that mission, and it just so happens that mission is called Bury the Hatchet. Another reference to going underground. So a lot to wonder about, think about and stuff. So I think it's interesting that those pictures, images are there.
Yeah, you mentioned the spider webs. There is spider webs on that Illuminati mural as well. So that's, of course, another correlation right there, man. So we have to get into a crazy revelation. This is revelation number 3, and I think a lot of people probably know about this one, but I definitely wanted to show it off here in this episode. Before we get into possibly, if you're looking for the entrance to the tunnels, perhaps maybe the next thing, now that we know that the tunnels are fully depicted here in the game, I feel like that's pretty good proof right there, Danny. I feel like maybe there's something you have to go on, a lead, to find something more with the tunnels, and I think Danny has an amazing theory when it comes to that. So we'll get to that here in a second. What do we have here? Van across the road, Sunset Bleach, cleaning services. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and get into this crazy website here, Danny. This is pretty nuts. Apparently, created not too long after GTA 5 first came out, a website was created called Chiliad Mystery.com. And it's pretty interesting how this came out right after GTA 5 was first released. So it seems as if they might even be the first ones to dub it ChiliadMystery.com. And here's where it gets really mind-blowing. If you go to ChiliadMystery.com, what will you find? What is on that website? It is one picture. One picture of the T01 tunnel door. I don't know what to make of this. This is trippy, guys. Let us know what you think. Of course, we appreciate you joining us in the live stream. Looks like it's getting a little bit crazy in the chat at this hour. But I'm pretty mind blown by this one. Danny, what can you tell us about this website?
Well, not too much, unfortunately. We do know that it is a picture of the tunnel over Mount Chiliad, which is definitely suspicious enough as we're talking about tunnels, and the relevancy of them is becoming more apparent. But the thing is, when you go into the source of the actual website, you can go and view source and look inside the coding of it. They have text in there, and the text that's on this page of this website says in bold letters, "It's here." But they made it so you cannot view that text on screen. So when you're looking at the website, you don't see text, but it's there if you look in the source. Now, why is it saying it's here? What's there? What are they telling us is there?
It's here. What the hell?
Yeah, it's here, man. It says it's here.
That's the only thing it says. And we do have the transcript. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can see that. I'll even tweet it out. But what the hell, Danny, man? This is crazy. Why does it say it's here? What are they talking about? And Danny might even have legitimate, this is close to proof, that it could be Rockstar behind this thing, man. What the hell?
Right. If you guys remember that GTA 5 Bigfoot, okay, there was stuff that Twitter page talked about that we just did not have discovered yet about the peyote and the Bigfoot and stuff like that. And so I'm wondering, since Rockstar does things like that, we're assuming that's Rockstar. If it is, then it would make sense that they would make a website like this. Now, the thing is, this Chiliad Mystery website, there's also, when it was created, when it was updated, and when it's supposed to expire. And it was created only a couple days after the game came out. And it's going to expire sometime this year, which makes me wonder if this mystery is on like a timed sort of like length here. Maybe we only have a certain time we can do it, or a time frame. But when you look up this information about this website, you can find that it originated in a place called Tuke House in Toronto. And it just so happens that it's 24 minutes, I think exactly, away from one of Rockstar's locations in Toronto. So it's very possible that Rockstar is behind it, as they are a short distance to the place where they created this website. A lot of things are lining up here, and it seems like we still have more questions and answers, but it's definitely worth at least hearing and understanding this information, because it's blowing my mind, Trippy. I don't know, this is crazy stuff.
Yeah, right. Come on, 24 minutes away from Rockstar HQ. Wow, what a strange coincidence that is. I think that there's a good chance that they're behind this website. I gotta say, some of the original sources of the Chiliad Mystery, once I look back on it, now that I find this website, I'm starting to realize it could have been a Rockstar leak. So could be more signs that maybe they have misguided us. Hopefully that's not the case. We really are hoping that I don't know if this is a sign, because I'm reading the comments. A lot of people are saying this looks like a troll, but why would it be Rockstar who trolled us themselves? And you heard Danny right. He said it was created right when the game first released, and it is apparently expected to expire in a little over a month. Not sure what will come of this website or if it even means anything. ChiliadMystery.com, and all it shows is the TO1 door. I mean, we've looked at that tunnel plenty of times, Danny. I don't think it's possible for anything to be hidden there. It's pretty unique, and I guess it's suspicious, but I don't know if anything can be done other than finding an Epsilon tract.
Right, right. Well, maybe there is a trigger that we can obviously activate, and maybe something will happen. Like you just said, there is a tract that we have to go for Marnie and get over there. And in that same text from Marnie, it says, go to where the blast cannot be heard. We still don't know what blast she's talking about. Is it from a volcanic blast? What is it, you know? But the thing is, thinking about it, man, when did Chiliad Mystery get punned the Chiliad Mystery? So if we could figure out that a little bit more in detail, maybe we can actually rule out if it is a troll or not, you know, because this was created right after the game came out. So it's definitely worth looking into.
Yeah, I think it was Rockstar themselves that came out with the Chiliad Mystery moniker, because honestly, when I was first looking into the mystery, I kind of was looking at it into as the Jetpack Mystery, but I think it's much bigger than that. That's only 1/3 of the mural. You also have to bring the UFOs into this and the undiscovered egg as well. Now, continuing on, we do have another huge subject to get into here, guys, that once again could link up with the tunnels, and it's one of Danny's massive theories involving the tunnels and possibly something that links up. We remember GTA 4, the biggest Easter egg in that game was simply in a hidden heart. It was a heart in the middle of the Statue of Happiness. So they have the Statue of Liberty. That is probably the most popular statue in the entire world. It was depicted in GTA 4, and sure enough, you can actually get inside of it by going through a wall or going through a door. And when you actually got inside of it, you found a heart. Well, perhaps that heart is here in this game as well. Ooh, interesting. Looks like we could have a bit of a jetpack guy looking thing right here. Is that his arm, or is that a jetpack there? Kind of hanging off the side. I guess that would be a skinny jetpack. But
I like the way that you perceive that. That's pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, what is this, a walking path on this side, I guess? This is the crosswalk, crossing over here. But
yeah, I guess so. Why would that be there? It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But what we're going to get into is Danny also showed off that he thinks the heart could also be symbolized in this game. Maybe even a bigger way than we know. Perhaps the heartbeat can be hidden, or at least found, here in GTA 5. And then if you come to this spot, you have the self-storage. This also could be a link to the heart there. What are you thinking here with this theory, Danny?
I'm thinking that there's something definitely going on here. When you go over to this location, and it's best if you guys try it out on your own, just because it's the best way to hear this. If you have good headphones, that's recommended also. But go to your settings, lower your music, raise your FX all the way up. And as you walk under this bridge in this area, the throughways that go over you, you can hear like a heartbeat. It's an actual heartbeat that's pumping. And it'll pump for a little bit, maybe raise the speed a little bit, and then it'll stop. And then it'll start again. And the thing is, you can hear this heartbeat a couple of these bridges around the game. You can hear it in different locations. And the game hints to so much stuff with hearts. We got the Caplavoro movie, which shows the heart that's all chained up, like Trippy was just talking about from Grand Theft Auto 4. Okay, it says on the wall here, security unit, and a security unit or a secured heart, like in chains. You can think about it like that.
Like the one from Grand Theft Auto 4, of course.
Right, yeah, definitely. And then you have the radio, and this one station in particular is the rock radio, Los Santos Rock Radio. And rock radio has a song on there called Heartbeat by Don Johnson, and it says, "They tell me it's hard to find, but I can feel it in the rhythm of the heartbeat in the street. Heartbeat, I'm looking for a heartbeat, I'm looking for a heartbeat." Now, that's just one of the many songs that talk about, hearts and heartbeats. And if we're looking for a heartbeat and then we find one, and each place that we find one, there seems to be something significant there, I'm almost wondering if one of these heartbeats can lead us to the entrance to one of these tunnels. It seems very plausible. I mean, I think it's something that we should definitely take a listen to and maybe look for and see what we come of it, you know?
Let's check it out here in the live stream, guys. Danny says that if you come under some of the tunnels, you can hear, anybody who's been underneath a bridge, you hear that, it's kind of like a pulse of the traffic above you. But maybe they don't really have the true traffic pulse, because we know Rockstar, they're very in-depth. You can hear all these different sounds throughout the city. Well, what if the traffic pulse was actually the hidden heartbeat? We're going to check that out here. I know I actually tuned into your live stream when you did it, Danny, and I saw in the chat people were saying that they did indeed hear it. So let's check it out. Once again, Danny did reference the, you do have the secure, this is the storage units over here. Obviously, the heart in GTA 4 was locked up in chains. And you do have some references here at the storage units. Very interesting. Do you think this is going to be a good spot to listen for the heartbeat, Danny?
I think so. I think when I listened to it, I was a little bit around the left side. And let me see here. Yeah, I was right in the same area. You can go anywhere, basically under this heart.
Let's see, there's another overpass over there with the boxes. And let's see, you think we should go with the one straight ahead now, or the one next to the boxes to the right?
I think the one over there. I think the one over, if you jump off the left side over here, and then stand underneath where you've seen that XS guy, that guy that's on the ground, that pedestrian walkway person.
Head back there.
That might be a good spot.
Of course, Danny on a little bit of a delay, so kind of playing a game of Marco Polo sometimes. So let's head over here. I'm going to turn up the audio for you guys, and we'll see if we can hear anything. Obviously, this is a good idea, considering strange-looking figure is pointing us in this direction. We do have the overpass overhead. So you haven't noticed anything as far as, how high the overpass is, if that actually affects it?
No, I haven't noticed anything like that yet. I just noticed that the area, each area that I hear it in is definitely an area where big clues have been found. Because this place led me directly to the other storage place, which, was a big clue in helping me figure out this tunnel stuff with the Carson and the gas buggy and all that other stuff. So
I turned up the audio, guys. Let me know if it sounds okay for you guys. Hopefully that's loud enough. I can always turn it up more or less if need be. But let's see if we can listen to it. I'm going to turn it up here. I'll turn down the audio. And it's very ambient. So listen closely if you can. Very faint. I can't hear it though, Danny. It doesn't sound like this is one of the better locations.
Yeah, I can hear it too. It's very faint. That's why, if you guys can't hear it, you're definitely going to want to try this out on your own, for sure.
You can hear, just listen for like the pumping. It's kind of like a ba-boom, ba-boom. So and once again, it does kind of sound like that in real life, but I can see why Danny thinks that they did a little bit something extra just to give you that hidden heartbeat to show you that it is indeed there. And also it goes in and out, so right now I feel like it's out. Let's hear if it comes back in. And we just did this before going on camera. We're actually at a spot that I think sounded a little bit louder, so let's head to another one, Danny. Let's find another one around here. Do you think it's just the overpasses that, are showing this off? Maybe it's something else.
I'm not too sure. It's what I assumed, because it makes sense with how the lyrics go in the songs, too. Like, looking for the rhythm in the street.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense to what they're doing. It seems like they put hearts a lot in this game. Like, there's a heart that looks like it's a heart from New York Park. When you're flying over it. I don't know if you want to go over there after this, but
I think that's legit. I definitely think that's legit. We probably should show that off.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. And I'm not sure why Rockstar's doing it either. Like, was it a heart in Vice City too? Right, that
No,
the heart of the city
Vice City was an egg. Funny enough,
was an egg.
Vice City's the egg. The one thing that we need to find here in Grand Theft Auto 5, apparently. But yeah, Vice City was a hidden egg. Just like in GTA 4, you have to jump through a wall, completely false wall. You can walk right through it. So I don't know if there is going to be another false wall. For it would be, of course, Grand Theft Auto 4. That was the biggest Easter egg in the game. So that would be 2 games in a row that they have a false wall. Before that, there was San Andreas. There's none that I can think of in that game. But Vice City, like I said, biggest Easter egg in that game as well, also involved a false wall. So let's go ahead and turn it.
Is that heart in Grand Theft Auto 4 is seen in the movie Capital of Oro in this game, and after the mission Bury the Hatchet, which is funny because I was just mentioning how you could look at that as going deep underground burying, but Bury the Hatchet, after you complete it, you can go to that one billboard and you'll see the Capital of Oro sign, and as you zoom in on it with like a sniper or whatever, you'll see that strange like fight scene appear on the Capital of Oro billboard of the UFO with the beam shooting down, and there's 2 big monsters fighting, and that only appears after you beat Bury the Hatchet. So I'm wondering if there is some sort of relevance. We got the Capital of Oro movie that has the heart in it. That billboard, changes after a certain mission with more subliminal hints to underground or tunnels. So there's a lot of different stuff you can look at here, but I'm wondering if there's definitely a heartbeat that's going to lead us maybe to a secret walk-through ghost entrance, or maybe an underground tunnel door, or something like that. Or if it's just a little Easter egg that they do in the game, it could just be that, but it's definitely worth trying and checking out.
Absolutely. And also, our latest Chiliad Mystery video here at the channel was showing how there's definitely a good chance that Rockstar is referencing the movie Battle LA in ways here in Grand Theft Auto 5, because that movie also eventually led them to an underground tunnel, which was controlling the alien UFOs, which definitely happens here in Grand Theft Auto 5. Check out that video because I kind of broke it down, what was happening there in the movie and why it links exactly up to to the game. I mean, obviously that's another link to underground tunnels, Danny. And interesting thing that I didn't mention is part of that video. You could have the Battle LA. Do you know about that UFO sighting that was depicted there at the Battle of Los Angeles, Danny?
I'm not too familiar with it, but I think I have heard different people talk about it.
Basically, real popular UFO sighting, and you had tons of spotlights on the UFO, and people said it was shot down.
Oh, yes.
Well, if you think about the underwater UFO here in GTA 5, Danny, we've kind of been thinking, what happened to that UFO? Why is it crashed? And it's much older, it's old and rusted.